This is the NDTV campaign and we demand justice for Kriti Kumari. The murder of a woman in a Bengaluru paying guest facility on Tuesday sent ripples across the country. The whole incident was captured on the CCTV footage. The man seen on your screen shortly, you will see how he stabbed Kriti Kumari, a 24-year-old hailing from Bihar, was stabbed multiple times. Right there, those are the visuals, the horrific scene that unfolded inside a PG in Bengaluru, in Karnataka's Bengaluru, Koramangala. Koramangala is a place where it is always bustling with activities, and this happened right inside a PG when the man entered the PG and stabbed Kriti Kumari, a 24-year-old girl from Bihar. She was stabbed brutally multiple times on head, shoulder and chest, and there you can see after stabbing her, the man rushes out while nobody comes to the rescue of Kriti Kumari. Now this all happened inside a PG, a paying guest facility in Bengaluru's Koramangala. My colleague Pratibha Raman is also now joining me to give more details about this horrific incident. Pratibha, has the accused been identified yet?
Well, not yet. The police have been stating that there are three teams that have been formed and all of them are on the manhunt for this accused. And they have also been suggesting that the investigation is going on in full swing. But then this incident happened on Tuesday. But until now, there is absolutely no news about the accused. This raises several questions. One is, like you all already pointed out, yes, Koramangala is one of the most busy areas in Bengaluru. Koramangala is also one of the posh localities here. And to know that such an incident would happen inside a PG accommodation, number one. Number two is the man was allowed inside that women's PG accommodation at around 11 p.m. with no security protocol in place, number two. And number three is the fact that this person randomly walks in, brutally kills a woman and walks away. And nobody was really alert to nab him at the right point in time. These are some of the questions that raises with respect to women's safety in Bengaluru. Time and again, Bengaluru has been speaking about this. The police is yet to answer these questions, but the first one will be, when will this man be arrested?
While we ask this question, Pratibha, that when will this man be arrested, this also raises question about the law and order situation. Koramangala is a place where a lot of youngsters live in, and this happened with a woman inside her PG, raises serious alarms about the law and order situation in the area.
That's right. In fact, there are security guards in place at all these PG accommodations. What were the security guards doing? Wasn't there any kind of frisking that took place? How could he really walk with a knife or whatever the weapon that was used to slit her throat? These are also some of the questions that needs to still be verified to ensure that these kind of security protocols are in place. Bengaluru is not new to such kind of crimes. We have seen in one of the New Year's last couple of years where women were brutally assaulted as well as groped on New Year's Eve in one of the most busy areas, and that is MG Road. But that happened on the streets, and here we are seeing a man walk in very brazenly into a women's PG accommodation and brutally kills her. And this has been captured on CCTV footage. Why is it taking so long for the police to arrest this person is also another key question that arises here. Tuesday is when the incident happens. 11 p.m. this man walks in brazenly, and it is today, Saturday, that we are talking of. Still no news about this accused.
While several days have passed, Pratibha, there are also footages that show that several people, after she was brutally stabbed, Kriti Kumari, came down from the stairs. Several PG mates inside the PG, they came rushing down, but nobody in the visuals, as we can see, nobody came to help her. Is the police also trying to investigate, take statements of those who were right there when Kriti Kumari was stabbed? Is the police working out some strategy to take statements of these people as well?
Well, the police is definitely interrogating all of these people at the PG accommodation, including the security guard there. In the meantime, yes, it was shock and horror that was first seen on all their faces there, and they actually did not know what to do. So these people need to be given the kind of protocol that needs to be put in place the moment such kind of a horror happens. What happens to the defense mechanism of a woman And what happens to the general good Samaritan attitude? These are some of the questions that also arises here in Bengaluru. Time and again, we've been talking about mute spectators there when a crime really happens. And that is exactly what happens at this PG accommodation as well. But one cannot really blame these women because all of them are in shock and disbelief at the first instance of this crime, that they see the woman suffering there, seeking help over there. And the second thing is they immediately make phone calls. Whether they were making the phone calls to the police or the ambulance, these are some of the questions that still needs to be investigated at that point in time. And yes, the police are investigating that right as we speak. But then it is only a matter of time that the police would need before they nab the accused, is what the cops say, and that they are working on this case in an extremely tight fashion.
As you pointed out several times, Pratibha, that this incident happened on Tuesday. The CCTV surfaced now. 3 days have been passed. Today is the 4th day. There is a lot of pressure on the Bengaluru police. Now NCW has also waded in. They have taken suo motu cognizance, and NCW Chief Rekha Sharma has written to Karnataka DGP seeking a report within 3 days and also pressing for immediate arrest of the accused.
Well, this is definitely necessary because we are talking of a woman, a lone woman there who was in that room, in that PG accommodation there, who has been brutally murdered. And it definitely calls for action from all fronts. It's not, the onus doesn't just lie on the police, but also with respect to NCW to ensure that every city becomes a safe haven for women. And Bengaluru is not new to such kind of crimes, like I already pointed out. So it becomes absolutely necessary for protocols to be put in place, for security to be put in place, to make sure that every woman feels safe here, because this is one of the most cosmopolitan cities in India. And we are talking of several women who come here to not just work, but also to study here. And PG accommodations become one of the most sought after for all these women who leave their homes, bag and baggage, to step in here, to start a new career or to start a new life. And this is exactly what is met with when it comes to a place like Bengaluru. It's also something that needs to be addressed at this point in time. Back to you.
Well, Pratibha, this also raises questions about how the Karnataka police now ensure that places like these are safe for women. Koramangala is a very posh locality. It has a lot of youth coming there. This also raises one more question, that the regulation in PGs is a demand right now, that a man just entered the place, stabbed a woman multiple times and then left. And 3 days have been passed. There are also theories coming in for that now the accused has fled from the state. He might have, fled from the state. He must have hidden somewhere else. So how will the police, there is a lot of pressure on the police as well to nab him quickly. This is the 4th day, and NDTV is also demanding that justice, a speedy justice, should be delivered in the case.
That's right. In fact, several times with respect to the previous cases of crimes against women have definitely taken to wake-up calls that were put in place with respect to the police introducing a lot more CCTV cameras across the city, number one. Number two is they also tried to ensure that AI would also be implemented in this case for several investigations to be placed. And the police is hoping that technology would be embraced by the police for a speedy investigation, especially when it comes to women's safety here. And we are talking of crimes against women, whether these kind of technology that have been embraced and adopted by the police would really help in the investigation as well as the process of nabbing the culprit or not. They are examining the CCTV footage, not just across the city, but also across the state, as well as taking the help of other police in other states to ensure that the CCTV footage would be tracked to ensure the movement of this accused and finally lead to the arrest of this man. All eyes are on the CCTV footage, as well as the technology, as well as manpower that can be adopted.
Right. And Pratibha, if we speak about the victim, Kriti Kumari, a 24-year-old, do we have any details? When did she shift to this PG? And, where was she working? How did this unfold?
Well, as of now, the police have been tight-lipped about the background of this woman as well as the man. All we know is that, yes, they have a CCTV capture of this man and they are trying to find out his whereabouts. But we do know that this woman was in that PG accommodation for some time, had shifted to another place and had gotten back into this PG accommodation. When the interval between her shifting to another accommodation and back are some of the details that still remain unknown. Mainly because the police have been very, very tight-lipped about this matter, and they're saying that once the investigation is on, they wouldn't be able to reveal much details about this. But all eyes are on the moment that the man would be arrested, more details would emerge.
Right. And Pratibha, while we, take a look at why did this happen, is there any reason, are there any speculations that what was the motive behind the murder of the 24-year-old? Because clearly we can see it was a targeted killing of 24-year-old Kriti Kumari. He came with a knife, stabbed her multiple times, slit her throat. This was not without any motive, clearly.
Well, in fact, the violence and the brutality in which he has come, it clearly shows that he did have some kind of a hatred towards this woman. Whether it was this woman that he was particularly targeting or not is also something that needs to be ascertained. The police are yet to clear the motive behind this, as well as the reason behind him working, whether they were known to each other or not. These are some of the details that still remains unclear. But more details would emerge only after the arrest, is what the police have been suggesting. As of now, it's only a speculation that these two could have possibly known each other. Back to you.
Now, Pratibha, as we speak about the law and order situation in the state, is there any need for more regulation when such PGs are there? Several people are coming and working in Bengaluru. It is a hub for people from other states to come and join the place where they find accommodations like these. And if this happened inside a PG, then it also raises questions about if there is a need for more regulations that should be put in place. There should be multiple level of security checks before allowing a person to go inside a PG.
Well, this definitely calls for more regulations and guidelines and security to be put in place as far as PG accommodations are concerned. And not just PG accommodations. We have seen in the past about a woman brutally killed by a cab driver. We have seen incidents in the past where women were groped on the streets. We have seen a woman who was brutally attacked inside an ATM. All of these called for immediate action as well as security that were put in place. But here we are talking about a crime that happens inside a PG accommodation, which is supposedly a very secure place because you have a security guard, you have a warden who is there. And despite all of this, for the man to walk in there at 11 p.m. in the night without any kind of frisking or any kind of security, in fact, the man doesn't even walk in with the food or anything to suggest that this person disguised himself as a food delivery person or a grocery delivery person there. So to keep all of this in mind, definitely guidelines and security needs to be put in place as far as PG accommodations, and not just PG accommodations. Any other such places that could become a vulnerable place for any kind of woman to be attacked like this. Back to you.